Hello everyone. Hope all is well on this Saturday morning or whenever you're watching. This is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. And we're going to bring you another Elite 8 matchup in our one and done 1968 playoff tournament. And this morning's matchup will pit the number 7 Boston Red Sox versus the number 3 Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore. The winner moves on to the Final Four. Who will punch the ticket? We shall see. Two teams have already punched their tickets to the Final Four, as this is our third Elite 8 game. And we'll have our fourth and final Elite 8 game coming up a little later. And that will pit, sip of coffee, the Indians and Cubs. But this matchup, my beloved Boston Red Sox, who I will be managing, will be taking on the Baltimore Orioles, managed by the Strat-O-Matic PC engine. So without any further ado, as they say, let's get to the Red Sox starting lineup in the first pitch. Leading off, playing right field for Boston, Jose Tartabull. And actually, let me make sure I have this set up properly, as that's way too big. Bear with me a moment. Let's just fix this. So Jose Tartabull will be in right. And there we go. Tartabull in 1968 batted .281 with 6 ribbies and 139 at-bats. Batting second, the second baseman Mike Andrews, .271, 7 homers, 45 runners knocked in. Batting third, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. He won the batting title in 1968 in the American League with a .301 batting average. 23 homers, 74 RBI after his Triple Crown season in '67. Batting fourth, Ken Hawk Harrelson, .275, 35 round trippers, 109 runners driven in. Tremendous year for the Hawk. Batting fifth, Reggie Smith, .265, 15 home runs, 69 ribbies. Batting sixth, and he's in center field. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Rico Petrocelli, .234, a dozen homers, and 46 RBIs. Batting seventh, playing third base, Joe Foy, .225, 10 home runs, 60 runners knocked in. Batting eighth, doing the catching, the former Yankee, Elston Howard, .241, 5 homers, 18 ribbies. Batting ninth on the mound, Jose Santiago gets the start here in the Elite 8 game. Santiago 9-4 with a 2.25 earned run average in 18 starts. We took Santiago over a couple other pitchers, such as Bell, because of his ERA. He gave up 9 homers, struck out 86, walked 42. At the ballpark joining us today, we have Beatles Eternally. How are you? Hope all is well. Moderator extraordinaire, musician extraordinaire, magician extraordinaire, and as we all know, soon to be knighted by the Queen. Ken Castro's joined us. Hello, Ken, and our good friend from the Great White North in Canada, Greg Gurecki. So we got Ken Castro, Greg Gurecki, and Beatles Eternally. Awesome sauce. Happy Saturday, gents. On the mound for the Orioles, Jim Harden, 18-13, 2.51 earned run average in 35 starts. He gave up 20 gopher balls, struck out 160, walked 70. Behind the plate is Hendricks. He's a +1 arm. Powell's at first. Johnson is at second, and that's Davey Johnson. Just wanted to make sure. Mark Belanger, the Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, at short. Excellent glove. Brooks Robinson's at third, the human vacuum cleaner. Buford's in left. He has a neutral arm of 0. Paul Blair, excellent defensive center fielder with a -2 arm in center. And Frank Robinson's in right with a +1 arm. So Jose Tartabull will lead it off here, folks. Can the Red Sox punch their ticket to the Final Four? If you didn't check out the other 2 games between the Cardinals and the Yankees and the Tigers and the White Sox, oh boy, were they wild and woolly. All right, Tartabull is looking for the 2-6 column. Harden gets the sign. Hendricks sets the target. Ball game on its way. And Jose Tartabull gets a 4-7 off the Harden card. 4-7. And Tartabull works a walk. Red Sox get their leadoff runner on here in the top of the first. 1 through 16 base runner. Corners move in for Mike Andrews, who's an A bunter. So Brooks Robinson in at third. Powell is holding Tartabull on at first, so he'll bounce off the bag and charge towards the plate after the pitch. Mike Andrews looking for the 1 or the 6 column. On deck, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Andrews is a B for hit and run. And we're going to play hit and run here. 27% chance of making contact. Here's the pitch. There goes Tartabull. Here's the hit and run. And that ball's hit to the right side. And Johnson scoops it up. His only plays to first. He throws to Powell for the out. As Andrews almost sent it through the infield. But a nice play by Davey Johnson at second. So 1 out. Tartabull's in scoring position. And here's Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz had 23 home runs in 68 and a .301 batting average. On deck, the Hawk, Ken Harrelson. Yastrzemski looking for the 1-6 column and trying to give the Red Sox an early lead here. The windup and the pitch from Harden to Yastrzemski. And Yaz is dealt a 5-5. This is off the Harden card, 5-5. And Yaz is jammed. That's a pop-up to Powell at first, 2 down. So it'll be up to Ken Hawk Harrelson, who had 109 runs knocked in 68. The Hawk looking for the 3-6 column. Tartabull will be off on contact at second. 1 through 16 base runner. That's very good. Hendricks sets the sign. Here's the pitch to the Hawk Harrelson. And it is a 5-11. And again, this is off the Harden card. He could be getting out of this mini jam here. 5-11. The Red Sox could strand a runner at second. Harrelson hits the ball hard. That's a 20. And that will be a line out to end the Red Sox threat. As Blair makes the running catch, the left center side retired. So the Red Sox get a runner to second, but cannot score a run. We go to the bottom of the first, and now the Baltimore Oriole lineup. Leading off playing left field, Don Buford, 282, 15 home runs, 46 ribbies. Batting second, the center fielder, Paul Blair, only batted .211 with 7 homers and 38 RBIs. He is a B bunter, so we swapped Buford and Blair in their lineup. I set the Orioles lineup, but I am not managing them. Batting third, Boog Powell. 249, 22 home runs, 85 runners knocked in. Batting fourth, Brooks Robinson. 253, 17 round trippers, 75 RBI. Batting fifth, Frank Robinson, the right fielder, 268, 15 home runs, 52 runners knocked in. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Elrod Hendricks, whose pitcher did not load. 202, 7 home runs, 23 ribbies. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Davey Johnson, 242, 9 home runs, 56 runners knocked in. Batting eighth, the smooth fielding shortstop, Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, 208, 2 home runs, 21 runners driven in. Batting ninth, on the mound, the pitcher, Jim Harden. And Wally Mathers as the Beaver. Ba-bum-bum. All right, on the mound for the Red Sox, Jose Santiago, 9 wins, 4 losses, 2.25 earned run average. Striking out 86, walking 42. Behind the plate, Elston Howard, a bad arm, +2. Hawk Harrelson, not the most stellar defensive first baseman. At first, he can also play right. And late in the game, if we're ahead, that's where we'll move him to. Andrews is at second, Petrocelli at short, and Joe Foy, who has some fielding issues, at third. Yastrzemski's in left with a -3 arm. Reggie Smith is in center with a -4 arm, and Jose Tartabull is in right with a neutral arm of 0. As Beatles Eternally says, LOL, the Beaver. Yes, you remember that, don't you? Someone got the joke. All right, Buford looking for the 2-1 column. Switch hitter batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Santiago. Santiago can have control issues. And if you're a Red Sox fan, you're hoping not today. Here's the pitch to Buford, and Santiago deals Buford a 4-7 off the Santiago card. 4-7. And this is a hard hit ball, and that's an 18. So Buford's going to give this a ride. And that ball goes to center field. Reggie Smith going back. At the wall, he leaps and he makes the catch. Reggie Smith robbing extra bases from Buford. 1 down. Wow. And I'll bring up the weak hitting center fielder, Paul Blair. Right-handed batter. A B bunter. Red Sox will play their infield normal. Blair will swing away. Here's the pitch to Blair from Santiago, and that is a 6-8 to Paul Blair. Off the Santiago card, 6-8. Ground ball to Foy. Across the diamond to Harrelson, 2 down. Boog Powell steps to the plate. Power hitting left-handed first baseman for the Orioles. Left-handed batter. 22 home runs in 68. 1 swing of the bat and the Orioles could be up. Santiago looks in, picks up the sign from Howard. He deals to Boog Powell. And Powell gets a 3-6 off the Powell card. Not a column of choice, though. 3-6. And Powell works a walk, so there's that walk bugaboo that sometimes haunts Jose Santiago. And Powell has an 80% chance of stealing second, even with Harrelson holding him on. And here's Brooks Robinson. Robinson with 17 home runs in 68. And Santiago and the Hawk do a good job holding Powell at bay. He cannot get the proper lead. Now their full attention goes to Brooks Robinson. Robinson looking for the 1-4 column. Santiago throws the curveball, bounces in the dirt, and it gets by Elston Howard, so Powell makes it to second anyway. He's in scoring position, will be off on contact with 2 outs. So Robinson has a duck out on the pond that he can knock in. Howard wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch from Santiago to Brooks Robinson. That is a 2-2 off the Robinson card. 2-2. And he gets hit by a pitch. So Santiago coming discombobulated here in the bottom of the first. After getting the first 2 outs, he walks Powell, throws a wild pitch. Powell advances to second. Now he hits Brooks Robinson. And here comes a very dangerous Frank Robinson. Frank that is. 15 homers in 68. He digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Santiago rocks and fires. And Frank Robinson gets a 1-4 off the Robinson card. Not a column of choice, though. Can Jose Santiago pitch out of this little jam? Ground ball right back to Santiago. He snares it, throws the first side, retired. So Jose Santiago does his J.O.B. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here in Baltimore. Due up for the Red Sox, Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, and Joe Foy. Smith, switch hitter, batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Harden. And Reggie Smith looking for the 2-6. Here's the windup and the pitch from Harden. And it's a 1 and a 6 off the Reggie Smith card. And that's a ground ball to first base. Powell waves off Harden, steps on the bag, 1 down. Rico Petrocelli steps to the plate, right-handed batting shortstop. He's looking for the 2-6 column. Hendricks sets the target. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli, and Harden deals Petrocelli a 4-6. And that's off the Harden card, 4-6. And that will be a strikeout looking on the curveball. 2 down. Base is empty for Joe Foy here in the top of the second. Right-handed batting third baseman. Foy would love to get the 6 or the 3. Harden sets and fires. And Foy gets the 6-10. So column of choice off the Harden card, 6-10. Can Foy do some damage? He gets a pitch he can hit. And he sends his ball out to center field, and Paul Blair. And that's a 17. Blair racing towards the ball. Will he make the diving catch to end the inning? And that's an 5-3-3 is an 11. And Blair makes the diving catch. Side retired, robbing Joe Foy of extra bases as Blair went racing back towards deep center and laid out like Superman. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Orioles, Hendrick, Johnson, and Belanger. Beatles Eternally in the chat says, Al, Strategy Baseball is up to version 7.29, so we'll have to update that sometime in the upcoming week. And we'll get back to our Red Sox-Dodger World Series. Hopefully they've solved the horrible base running AI for the computer strategy. It's a fun game and it's free. And once again, thank you to Beatles Eternally for bringing it to the community's attention. Beatles also says, you cannot give the Baltimore Orioles any advantage. You are correct. So here's Hendrick. Elrod Hendrick. Left-handed batting catcher. He's looking for the 3-4. Santiago wants to stay away from that walk bugaboo. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. And Santiago deals Elrod a 3-8. Column of choice for Hendrick. So he's going to get a pitch to hit. 3-8. Will he do damage? Yes, he will, as he drives that ball down the line. And it's going to get down into the right field corner. And Elrod Hendricks, not the speediest runner, has a leadoff double. And I'll bring up Davey Johnson. He's a C bunter. But we're going to play the infield normal. On deck is the weak-hitting Mark Belanger. And then the pitcher. We're going to walk Davey Johnson. Set up a double play possibility with Belanger. He's probably going to bunt, though. But they're going to give us an out. Corner's playing in. Here's the pitch to Belanger. And he's swinging away. Come on, bang into a double play, Mark. Here's the pitch from Jose Santiago. And that is a 5-5 off the Santiago card. We need a double play ball here. And Belanger hits the ball hard. And that's a 3. Belanger could do some damage. Line shot, 4 makes the diving catch. That was slated to go down the line and a double. So Joe Foy, not known for his defense, makes the diving catch, robbing the ball that would have went rattled down the left field corner, robbing Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger of a double. So 1 out. Now a double play ball will get Jose Santiago and the Red Sox out of the inning. And here comes the pitcher, Jim Harden. Big at-bat here. Hendricks at second. Davey Johnson at first. Corners again playing in. And they're going to bunt with 1 out. He lays it down. Foy comes charging in. Throws to the Hawk Harrelson at first. 2 down. So they give up the out to move the runners into second and third. Hendrick at third. Johnson at second. But now there's 2 outs. And the dangerous Don Buford comes to the plate. Buford batted 282, but in this situation, it looks like he only bats 272. But he did have 15 home runs. On deck, Paul Blair. Wow, I might walk Buford and pitch to Blair. We're going to walk Buford. We're going to load him up. Dangerous thing to do with Jose Santiago on the mound. And we'll face Paul Blair. No place to put Paul Blair. He had a down year offensively in 68. Here's the pitch from Santiago to Blair. Moment of truth in this game, early in this game. Oh, nuts. And that is a 3-8 off the Blair card, but not a column of choice. Can Santiago do a Beatles magician trick and get out of this jam. 3-8, 2 outs, bases juiced. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him with the high heat. Jose Santiago does his best Beatles eternally magician act, and the Red Sox get out of it. We go to the top of the third. Tied at 0. Due up for the Red Sox, Howard, Santiago, and Tardible. Elston Howard looking for the 3-6 column. Harden picks up the sign from Hendrick. Here's the pitch to Howard. And it is a 2-8 off the Elston Howard card, not a column of choice. A lot of excitement early on in this game. And that's going to be a strikeout looking on the curveball. 1 away. And here comes Jose Santiago. He came up big. Came up big in the bottom of the second. He has lived the life of adventure in the first 2 innings. Santiago, a decent hitting pitcher. The windup and the pitch from Harden to his counterpart, Santiago, and that's triple sixes. So that's a 6-12. 6-12 to Santiago. Ground ball to Powell at first. And that's an 8. Powell makes a dive for it. Will he make the play? That's a G3 number sign, so it's going to be a range check. And that's a 6-3-1, and that's a 10, so no error. Will Powell make the play, or Santiago gets a hit? Bounding ball. Powell dives to the left. He has it. He flips to Harden, covering the bag for out number 2. Great play by Boog Powell, robbing Santiago of a hit top of the order, and Jose Tardible. Tardible's 0 for 1. He awaits the Harding offering. Here's the pitch to Tardible. And that's a 3-8 off the Tardible card. Not a column of choice, though. Harden looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And he'll get it. Hard hit ball right back to him. He throws to Powell. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless here in Baltimore. Due up for the Orioles. Powell, Robinson, and Robinson, the law firm. Boog Powell walked his first time up. Left-handed power hitter. Santiago rocks and fires to Boog Powell. And that is a 5-12 off the Santiago card. Santiago does not want an adventurous inning this inning. And that's a hard hit ball to Hawk Harrelson, not known for his stellar defense. And that's a 1, so that's by the Hawk. As he makes a dive for it. Now let's see the throw in from right if there's any error. And that's a 10. And there's a throwing error. So Powell winds up at second on a single and an E1. And an error. And once again, the Orioles have a runner in scoring position. And here comes Brooks Robinson with Frank Robinson on deck. Once again, into the breach goes Jose Santiago. Robinson digs in. Santiago kicks and fires. He deals Brooks Robinson a 1-5. Column of choice. This could do damage, as Brooksy will get a pitch to hit. 1-5. And he singles to right. Will they wave Powell around? No, they won't. They won't challenge the neutral arm of Tardible. So first and third no outs. Frank Robinson at the plate. And we have Hendrick. And we're going to walk the bases loaded once again. As we'll deal with Elrod Hendrick, who actually doubled. But we'll take our chances with a 2-0-2 hitter. So he's a 4R. We'll still take our chances with him as opposed to Frank Robinson. No place to put Elrod Hendricks. Howard sets the target. Moment of truth for Jose Santiago once again. And that is a 5-5 off the Santiago card. Come on, double play ball. Oh, and he walks him. And now walks come back to haunt us as you're playing Russian roulette when you walk the bases loaded to face a weaker hitter with Santiago on the mound. 1-0 Orioles, and here's Davey Johnson. He walked his first time up. Infield moves in. Do I want the infield in, though? Yes. Here's the pitch to Johnson. And Santiago deals Johnson a 3-7. And it's a column of choice. So Johnson will have a pitch to bash. And this, if we had the infield back, it would have been a double play ball. But instead, with the infield in, because I listened to the idiotic bench coach, it's now 3-0 as Davy Johnson comes through. And we're not playing the infield in anymore. Belanger's up. Game's gotten away from us. We're going to play corners in. Oh, close that. Corners in. Belanger swinging away. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger. Can the Pittsfield, Massachusetts native do damage to his hometown team? And that is a 3-11 off the Belanger card. 3-11. And he might do damage as things have gotten away from Santiago. And this is a 4, and this is going to be another base hit. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. As he singles up the middle. And it's now 4-0 Orioles. Davy Johnson goes 90 feet and stops at second. And the Red Sox have bullpen action already. Here comes Harden. So no outs first and second. Harden will most likely be bunting here. Here's the pitch. He squares the bunt. He puts it down. The ball is bunted to third. Let's get the sure out at first. So 1 down. Second. Belanger's at second. Davy Johnson's at third. 4-0, 1 out. Buford's at the plate. We're going to intentionally walk Buford to face the weak-hitting Paul Blair. Corners in. Here's the pitch to Blair. Blair's looking for the 1-4. And he gets a 6-7 off the Santiago card. Come on, turn 2. And he strikes out Blair. So 2 outs, 4-0. And now the dangerous Boog Powell. And Powell's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And with 22 home runs, the Red Sox not faring well here. As Santiago has no magician tricks in the bottom of the third. 4-0. Powell is a lefty. Powell is a lefty. Who do I have? Pizarro. Pizarro will come out of the pen to try to get this third and final out here. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Pizarro's a 3L, so he's tough on left-handed batters. As Tartable, his day is done. I'm sorry, Santiago's day is done. As they finally catch up to him, and it's early in the game in the bottom of the third. 4-0. He's responsible for all the runners on the bases. And here is Juan Pizarro. 6 wins, 8 losses, 2 saves. He had 12 starts, struck out 84, walked 44. And his job is to get Boog Powell out and keep it a 4-run deficit. Powell looking for the 2-4 and already add to this tremendous lead for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Powell from Pizarro. And that is a 1-4 off the Powell card. 1-4. And Powell hits the ball hard. And it is a 1, so that's going to be a single. Son of a gun. Right back up the middle. 2 runs should score on this. Will they send Belanger? No, they won't. Reggie Smith has a cannon of an arm, -4, but it's now 5-0. And here comes Brooks Robinson. And again, we go to our pen. As Pizarro does not do his JOB, though. Oh, it's gotten away quickly for the Red Sox here. And here comes Lee Stange. So Lee Stange comes in the game. Pizarro's done. 5-5 in 68, Lee was, with 12 saves. Gave up 10 gopher balls, and he's very tough on right-handed batters, 7R. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson, 5-0 lead, 2 outs, bases loaded. And Stange deals Brooks Robinson, that is, a 1-7, column of choice again. Oh, boy. Robinson's going to have a good pitch to hit, 1-7. Hard hit ball, Petrocelli snares it on the backhand, flips to Andrews covering second, side retired, but good God almighty, the Red Sox took it on the chin in the bottom of the third. In the chat we have Joe Dirty Locks. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well with you and the family. Joe Dirty Locks, co-host with Phil the Issues Guy. And if you hate my streaming, you got to blame these two guys because they got me into it. I met Joe about 3 years ago at the Comic-Con in Boston. Love Joe and Katie Crow. No finer people. How's everything going, Joe? Also joining us, Broke Black Man 94, moderator extraordinaire. How are you, my friend? And Johnny Indy Boots. Oh boy, Johnny the King. How the heck are you? Johnny the King in the chat. You gotta check out that wonderful channel with his lovely Queen Iris. They have Johnny vacationed in Italy. And him and Iris were in Rome. It's kind of funny. Johnny's Irish, and Iris is Italian. And that makes for a fiery combination, I might say. But lovely couple. And they have some wonderful video footage of that. As Joe Dirty Lock says, everyone's good. Katie says hi. That's awesome. As Broke Black Man 94 says, 400 subs. Yes. And if I make any political commentary, I'll drop 5 subs. So I'm going to be quiet. Just kidding. Anyhow, yeah, we hit 400. So it's been a lot of fun. And again, I'd like to thank Joe Dirty Locks and Phil the Issues Guy. Because they inspired me to do this. And that's a wonderful channel. You got to check out Dirty Issues Gaming, which is a sub-channel of Phil the Issues Guy. 2 great, wonderful people. And I got to make more time to get to that. They stream late. And I got to get there more often because I miss those guys. So, and Katie Crow, the lovely Katie Crow. All right, back to the ball game. My Red Sox are getting hammered here in the Elite Eight in our playoff tournament, 68 style. Mike Andrews will lead it off against Harden. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox need to get something going. They're down 5-0. Here's the pitch to Mike Andrews, a big contributor to the Jimmy Fund. And it is a 4-9 off the Harden card. Not a column of choice. 4-9. And Andrews hits this ball hard. He has a single opportunity, and of course not. It's a 16. The dice are not rolling well for the Sox today, as that will be the first out here in the top of the 4th. As he lines out to guess who? The human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson at third, who snares that ball right out of the air and throws it around the infield. What a job by Brooksy at third. So 1 out, no one on for Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz looking for the 1-6 column. He's 0 for 1. Harden rocks and fires. Here's the pitch to Yaz. It is a 3-10 off the Yastrzemski card. Not a column of choice. 3-10. But Yaz works a walk. The Red Sox desperately need base runners. And here comes Ken Hawk Harrelson. One swing of the bat could pull the Sox to within 3. The Hawk had 35 home runs. Harden deals to Harrelson. And the Hawk, will he go swooping in? It is a 2-8 off the Harrelson card. 2-8. He'll hit this ball hard. But unfortunately, right at Brooks Robinson, who throws to Davy Johnson on to Boog Powell. Double play. Side. Retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Red Sox trail by 5. The Orioles 5. The Boston Red Sox nothing. Lee Stange back out on the mound. 3rd Red Sox pitcher. We are in our Elite 8 one-and-done 1968 tournament. The winner advances to the Final 4. This will be the 3rd ticket punch to the Final 4. We had a couple of wild games yesterday. I suggest you check them out between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. and the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson, 0 for 1 with a run scored. And Robinson is dealt a 5-9 off the Stange card. 5-9. Ground ball to Rico Petrocelli at short. Will he gobble it up? That's a 12. He knocks it down, picks it up. Now we'll fire to first. And that is a 6. And Harrelson scoops it out of the dirt. 1 down. So Petrocelli knocks down the hard hit ball and throws to first. 1 away, and here comes the faceless one, Elrod Hendricks. Hendricks, the catcher's 1 for 1 with a double. We've also, we intentionally walked him. Here's the pitch to Hendrick from Stange. And that is a 2-10 off the Hendrick card. Not a column of choice, though. 2-10. Ground ball right back to Stange. He knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first. 2 away. Davy Johnson steps to plate. Second baseman's 1 for 1. He has knocked in 2 runs. Right-handed power stick. Good pop for a second baseman. Stange looks in at Elston Howard. Howard wiggles the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Davy Johnson. Red Sox need a 1-2-3 inning desperately. It is a 1-7 off the Johnson card, not a column of choice. And he's jammed. That's a pop up to Petrocelli at short on the outfield grass. Makes the catch. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. And here come the Boston Red Sox. They got to make those bats alive. Where's Gandalf the Great when you need him? And here comes Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, and Joe Foy. As Joe Dirty Locks in the chat says, Yaz, my first baseball hero. Johnny Indy Boots, Johnny the King says, this setup is badass, Al. Thank you very much, my friend. This is Strat-O-Matic baseball. Though they never have sales, I guess they had one, a flash sale. You know, I'm at work, so I would have loved to pick up a season for under $25. But I do complain about this Strat-O-Matic. Not the game itself, the company, because they never have sales. But it is fun. Brings me back to my childhood. My first baseball game of simulation that I ever had. It's fun. All right, here's Reggie Smith. I do like Out of the Ballpark 19 the best. Out of the Ballpark's absolutely fabulous. PC simulation game, great animation, on sale, half price, from $39.99 down to $19.99 every season, half price on Steam or on their site. If you're able, you like baseball sims, that's the game to buy. And if you don't want to spend any money, Beatles Eternally has found a wonderful game for our community. Strategy baseball, absolutely free. Beatles, if you want, put that in the chat, the link. And joining us, ID Gesture. He says, hey, all you sexy people, what's up? ID, how you feeling, buddy? I hope you're feeling better. You gotta feel better, ID. I can't lose subscriptions. You gotta be around a long time, ID. Alright, it's a bit selfish of me, I understand, but feel better, my friend. Here's Reggie Smith, 0 for 1. Come on, Reggie. Harden deals to Smith. And it is a 2-5 column of choice for Reggie Smith. He's going to get a pitch to hit. He needs to produce fruit on the 2-5. And he does. That's a single up the middle. The Red Sox get their very first hit. There goes the no-hitter. And here comes Rico Petrocelli. Petrocelli's 0 for 1. He's looking for the 2-6. Elrod Hendricks wiggles the fingers. Harden nods his head. He rocks and fires to Petrocelli. And it's a 4-8 off the Harden card. 4-8. And Petrocelli strikes his ball hard. Belanger goes up in the air and snares it out short. Oh, Rico Petrocelli robbed by the Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger. 1 down, quickly getting back to first is Reggie Smith. Here comes Joe Foy. On deck, the catcher Elston Howard, and in the hole, the pitcher Lee Stange. Foy 0 for 1. Foy had 10 homers in 68. He's ready to grip and rip in that right-hander's batter's box. He awaits the Harden offering, and here it is. It is a 5-7 off the Harden card. 5-7. Reggie Smith at first, 1 out. And Foy strikes his ball deep. He needs a 1. He gets a 5, so it will be a deep flyout. And making the running catch in right field at the wall is Frank Robinson. Again, Reggie Smith retreats back to first. So the Red Sox have hit the ball hard in this inning, but only have one hit to show for it. Belanger robs Petrocelli, and Robinson robs Joe Foy. A lot of theft going on here in Baltimore. So here's Elston Howard, the former Yankee, 0 for 1. Come on, Elston. The windup and the pitch to Howard, and Harden deals Elston a 1-6 card. Is the Howard card, but not a column of choice. 1-6. But he works the walk. Inning stays alive. Here comes the pitcher, Lee Stange. He will not bat. He stabilized the situation after the 5 runs, thankfully. And now we'll go to our bench. And it's a bit poopy. And I think we're going to have to go. To our best pinch hitter. And that'll be Dalton Jones. Dalton Jones will come in. He had a pinch hit in the last game. Allergies kicking in now. That's always fun. And Dalton Jones will pinch hit. 2 on, 2 outs, and here's Dalton Jones. Jones can play many positions, first, second, and third. He batted .234 in 68, 5 homers, 29 RBIs. He's an even batter. He hits righties and lefties at the same veracity. And Harden's tougher on righties, so a slight possible advantage here for Dalton Jones. He's looking for the 6-1 column. Smith at second, Howard at first. They will be off on contact with 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 5-0 Baltimore. Here's the pitch to Dalton Jones. Harden kicks and fires. It is a 2-8 off the Jones card, but not a column of choice. Can he fight this one off? He won't. He's jammed. That's a sky-high pop-up to Powell at first. He makes the catch. Side retired. The Red Sox threaten but cannot score. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Baltimore. With each passing out for Boston. With each passing out, Baltimore getting closer and closer to the Final 4. And the new pitcher, there's no need to fool around. There's no tomorrow. We're going to... I wanted to keep Dalton Jones in to play first. But I can't do that now. Sparky Lyle will come in to pitch. Boy. Let me think about this. Hold on a moment. We can put Lyle in the 8th spot. Move Jones to first. No, I'm not going to do that. Sparky Lyle, Dalton Jones' day is done. Will come in to pitch. Our best pitcher out of the pen, but there's no tomorrow, folks. No tomorrow. There is no Gandalf the White. You win, you're in. You lose, you snooze. Here comes Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native, 1 for 2 with a ribby. Corners playing in. Belanger's a B bunter. Foy in at third, Harrelson in at first. Sparky Lyle is on the mound, trying to keep it a 5-run deficit. Sparky Lyle, in one of the worst trades the Red Sox ever made in their freaking history. Not the worst trade, but one of the worst trades, obviously the Babe Ruth fiasco, was traded to the Yankees for Danny Cater. Now, Cater, not a bad player, but was not in his prime anymore. Lyle in 68, 6-1 with 11 saves, 2.74 earned run average, striking out 52, walking 14. He pitches equally as well to lefties or righties. Here's the pitch to Belanger, looking for the 2-5. Lyle deals Belanger a 4-6 off the Sparky Lyle card, 4-6. Red Sox need a 1-2-3 inning here. And Lyle will strike out Belanger, swinging slider of death. 1 down. And here comes Jim Harden, the pitcher. And Lyle deals quickly to his counterpart. And that is a 3-7. A 3-7 from Lyle to Harden. And that's a hard hit ball to Andrews. He fields it going towards the middle, spins and throws to Hawk Harrelson at first, 2 up, 2 down. Now bring up Don Buford. He's been intentionally walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Buford, switch hitting left fielder, will bat from the right side off the left-handed throwing Sparky Lyle. Lyle looks in, gets the sign. The windup and the pitch to Buford, who's happy to get a chance to hit. And that is a 4-7 off the Sparky Lyle card. Could the Orioles go down 1-2-3? We shall see. What will it be? And they don't. As Buford singles to left, the inning stays alive. And here comes the weak hitting center fielder, Paul Blair. Blair's 0 for 3. Lyle rocks and fires to Blair, and that's a 3-9. Off the Blair card, not a column of choice, 3-9. 2 outs. Buford off on contact. Hard hit ball to Petrocelli. He backhands it, flips to Andrews, covering the bag at second, side retired. Sparky Lyle does his job. We go to the top of the 6th. Red Sox trail 5-0. They have to get the bats a-moving. So due up for the Red Sox, Tartabull, Andrews, and Yastrzemski. Jose Tartabull 0 for 1 with a walk, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Harden to Tartabull, and it is a 1-5. They just cannot hit their columns, the Red Sox. 1-5. It's off the Tartabull card, but not a column of choice. And he's going to ground out to Davey Johnson for out number 1. Now bring up Mike Andrews, second baseman, 0 for 2. He's an A bunter. And he's going to try to get something going here. He's going to try to drag bunt for a hit. Here's the pitch. Here's the drag bunt. Hendrick fields it, fires to first. Not in time. The bunt base hit by Mike Andrews, as that's only in the Red Sox second hit. So the drag bunt works. And here comes Captain Carl Yastrzemski, 0 for 1 with a walk. Yaz needs to send 1 yard. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. Harden deals Yastrzemski a 2-10. A 2-10 off the Yaz card. Not a column of choice, though. They need a good result. And it's not a good result unless you're an Orioles fan. 4-6-3 double play, inning over. So Yastrzemski bangs the ball to Johnson, who goes to Belanger on to Boog Powell. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Boston 0, Baltimore 5. Due up for the Orioles, Powell, Robinson and Robinson, the law firm. Boog Powell 2 for 2 with a ribby. He'll now face Sparky Lyle. Here's the pitch from Lyle to Powell, and it is a 2-7. A 2-7 to Boog Powell. Ground ball to Andrews, over to Harrelson, 1 down. Brooks Robinson steps to the plate. The third baseman has played stellar defense as usual, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Right-handed batter faces the left-handed throwing reliever, Sparky Lyle. Here's the pitch to Brooksy, and Lyle deals Brooks Robinson a 4-9 off the Lyle card. 4-9. And that's a single to center. So a 1-out single, and here comes Frank Robinson. Brooks Robinson, 1 through 10 base runner. Harrelson holding him on. Lyle takes a peek over, and now he deals to Frank, and it's a 2-8 to Frank Robinson off his card. Not a column of choice, though. 2-8. And it's a ground ball to Petrocelli, over to Andrews covering second, on to Hawk Harrelson, double play, side retired. So the Red Sox have that huge hiccup inning in the 3rd, and that's going to most likely cost them a Final Four opportunity. Since then, it's been all goose eggs, and before then it was goose eggs. But unfortunately, we go to the top of the 7th, and the Red Sox trail by 5. Due up for Boston, Hawk Harrelson, Reggie Smith, and Rico Petrocelli to face Jim Harden, who's been fabulous. He's thrown 6 innings, only 2 hits, no runs, walked 3, struck out 2. Here's the pitch to the Hawk. He's 0 for 2. And Harrelson gets a 1-8, and again, off his card, but not a column of choice. The Red Sox can't hit their columns. And that's a ground ball to Belanger, who fires to Powell, 1 away. Reggie Smith's 1 for 2. He has 1 of the 2 hits. Smith singled, and Mike Andrews had a drag bunt single. Those are the only 2 hits for Boston. Smith awaits the Harden offering. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, and that is a 2-7. And it is a column of choice finally. Can Reggie Smith get his second hit? 2-7. It's going to be lucky for one of these teams. And it's lucky for the Orioles because that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Way out in front of the curveball. So 2 outs, base is empty for Rico Petrocelli. He's 0 for 2. Hendricks flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. And that is a 2-6 to Rico Petrocelli. Column of choice. Red Sox hit their column again. Can he have a better result than Reggie Smith, though? And Rico drives this ball deep. And that's a 10. Will the ballpark hold it in? Blair racing back, left center field. He leaps. He's not going to get there. It's off the wall. And Petrocelli has a 2-out double. Petrocelli coming inches away from putting the Red Sox on the board in a home run. But now here's Joe Foy with Elston Howard on deck. Foy is 0 for 2. Brooks Robinson robbed him of a double down the line. Red Sox need to do damage. Petrocelli will be off on contact. They trail by 5 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Can Joe Foy come up clutch? Here's the pitch from Harden to Foy, and that is a 3-8. They hit their column again. Can Joe Foy knock in a run with 2 outs? Line shot! Robinson once again with a diving catch, snaring the line drive, headed down the line, and Joe Foy is robbed once again. Brooks Robinson rolls the ball to the mound and runs to the dugout. Side retired. The vacuum cleaner is scooping everything up. Oh boy. Baltimore leads in the bottom of the 7th, 5-0. Red Sox actually hit their column after 2 outs over and over again, but do not produce fruit. Trivia time, as I warm up my voice for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I know everyone loves that. When did the first World Series game take place between the American and National Leagues? When did the first World Series game take place between the American and National Leagues? We have a lot of baseball historians in the chat. Someone should get this. One last time. When did the first World Series game take place between the American and National Leagues? Sip of coffee, and then I'm going to sing what we're all waiting for. Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I love coffee. Alrighty. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root. Root for your home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Ba-bum-bum. Let's go to the chat. ID Gesture says, this is a good question. Beatles says, trivia answer, 1903 Boston Pilgrims versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Beatles says 1903. I will go with my phone a friend, Beatles eternally, and agree. 1903, not only does Beatles get it, he gets the 2 teams. It was the Boston Pilgrims defeated his beloved Pirates 5-3 in what must have been a best of 9 then. Alrighty, so Sparky Lyle back out on the hill. Red Sox trail 5-0, bottom of the 7th. Lyle and the Red Sox will face Hendrick, Johnson, and Belanger. Hendrick 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch to Elrod, and Lyle deals him a 1-6 off the Hendricks card. Not a column of choice, though. And he strikes him out. Looking. Off-speed pitch, couldn't pull the trigger. 1 down, Davy Johnson, 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Righty-lefty matchup. Lyle looks in, the windup and the pitch to Davy Johnson, and that's a 2-3 off the Johnson card, but not a column of choice. 2-3, what will it be? As you know, we shall see. And that's a pop-out to Elston Howard as Lyle jams him. Slider came right in on his knuckles. So 2 outs. And the weak-hitting shortstop, Mark Belanger, though he's 1 for 3 with a ribby with the drawn-in infield, or the drawn-in corners, whatever, he knocked in a run. Here's the pitch to Belanger, and Lyle deals the Massachusetts native A 6-6. Pick up some sticks. Will it be a 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox? No, it will not. As Mark Belanger will get his second hit. And that's a 19, so that's a single. So the weak hitting shortstop is taking it to his hometown team. 19. So Belanger singles with 2 outs, keeps the inning alive as Yastrzemski fields it in left, throws it into Petrocelli. And here comes Harden. He's 0 for 1. Harden will swing away. And Lyle deals Harden a 5-9. And Harden gets a pitch he can hit. 5-9. Will he get a hit? Belanger off on contact with 2 outs. Hard hit ball. Petrocelli has it. Throws to first. Side retired. We go to the top of the 8th, and the Red Sox just regretting that bottom of the 3rd. 5 runs scored for the Orioles. Ball game seems to be over with the 1 bad inning. But that's the way it is in baseball, folks. Due up Howard, then a pinch hitter for Sparky Lyle. In the top of the order, Jose Tartabull. Elston Howard is 0 for 1. Harden has only given up 3 hits, no runs. The windup and the pitch. And Harden deals Elston Howard a 1-6 off the Howard card, not a column of choice. But he works a walk, so Howard is on with his second base on balls. Sparky Lyle, it's sad to see you go, Sparky. You did a good job out of the pen, but we need a batter. Scott was awful in 68. He only batted. The Boomer only batted 171. And if we use him, it's going to be against a left-handed pitcher. Jerry Adair, 2R, and he batted 216. Gibson, catcher first baseman, 225 with 3 homers, but he's better against left-handed pitching. LaHood, god-awful in right, center or left. He batted 192, but he's a lefty. And his hits did come against, the few hits he had did come against righties. Russ Nixon's even, he's a catcher, and he batted 153. And Alvarado batted 130, and he's basically a decent runner. 1 through 15, use him as a pinch runner. Can't steal, though, he's an E stealer. What guy do we go with? I think we go with Jerry Adair at 216, the righty-righty. We're going to go with LaHood. He's a lefty, and we hope that LaHood can get a base hit here. So Joe LaHood will come in to pinch it for Sparky Lyle. We'll have another new pitcher in the ball game. So here's Joe LaHood, and I've been playing the 1968 season replay with as-played lineups using Strat-O-Matic offline. The quickest chance I get to take LaHood out of the ball game to put Hawk Harrelson in, because there must have been some point where LaHood started early in the year, and why Hawk Harrelson was on the bench is beyond me, or maybe he was hurt. I haven't looked that up. But he had 78 at-bats, and I can't wait till that's done with in my 68 replay. All right, so LaHood batted 192, 1 homer, 6 ribbies in 78 at-bats. And he needs the 1 column or the 2. Has some walks there. The 1 is what he needs. He just needs to get on base. Keep the line moving, we'll say. So Howard's at first, no outs. Here's LaHood, left-handed batter. Looking for a pitch he can grip and rip. The windup and the pitch from Harden to LaHood. And it is a 6-7. And it is a column of choice off the Harden card. 6-7. Ground ball to second base. This could be a double play ball. And that's a 3. So it's not a sure play for Davy Johnson. He'll make a dive at it, so I don't think it'll be a double play ball at least. Come on, 13 or 18. We want that error. And it is a 2, 4, that's a 6, and a 3, that's a 9. So no error. But will it be a hit? Will Davy Johnson make the play? Johnson moving to his right, takes a dive. And he snares it from his knees, throws to Powell, who scoops it out of the dirt once again. A base hit robbed by this Oriole infield. One out, Howard advances to second. Oh, LaHood almost had a pinch hit single. What a play by Davey Johnson. And here's Jose Tartabull. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Howard at second, one away. Hendricks flashes the signs. Here's the pitch from Harden. And Tartabull gets a 3-12 off his card. Not a column of choice, though. 3-12. Ground ball to Davey Johnson, over to Powell, 2 down, advancing to third with 2 outs now is Elston Howard. And here comes Mike Andrews. Andrews 1 for 3. His last at bat, a drag bunt base hit. He needs a single here. Red Sox need to get on the board. This is the closest they've come to scoring a run, besides a Petrocelli near homer. Here's the pitch to Andrews, looking for the 1-6. Instead, he gets a 3-5. 3-5 off the Andrews card. Can he keep the inning alive? 2 outs. He shall not. Ground ball to Belanger. Up with it, over to Powell. Side, retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox trail 5-0. The horrible bottom of the 3rd has done in the Red Sox, it seems. We need a new pitcher. And the new pitcher will be Gary Ding Dong Bell. Ring my bell, ring my bell. God, that was awful, but I wanted to sing it. So Gary Ding Dong Bell comes in from the pen. Acquired from the Indians in '67, I believe. He was on the Impossible Dream Team. 11-11 in '68, 500 pitcher, 3.12 earned run average in 27 starts. He did have 1 save. He gave up 7 gopher balls. He struck out 103, walked 68. He will face the top of the order for the Orioles, Buford, Blair, and Powell. Buford 1 for 2, with 2 walks. Here's the pitch to Buford from Bell, and it is 4s across the board, so that's a 4-8 off the Gary Ding Dong Bell card. 4-8. And that's a fly ball to Jose Tartabull and right, 1 away. So Buford does not ring Gary Ding Dong's Bell's bell. And here's Paul Blair, 0 for 4. Here's the pitch to Blair. And that's a 1-9 to Blair, and he gets his column of choice. Will he get some revenge here? As he'll have a pitch to hit on the, 1-4? It's a 1-9, 1-9. So he gets a pitch to hit. Will he do damage? And boy, will he do damage off Gary Ding Dong Bell as he rings the bell. And that's an 11. So that's going to stay in the ballpark but be off the wall, and it'll be a one-out double as Reggie Smith chases it down in left center field. So 1 out. Blair's at second. Very good base runner, 1 through 14. Boo Powell comes to plate. Brooks Robinson's on the on-deck circle. Powell 2 for 3 with a ribby. Will pitch Powell 1R. Robinson. We're going to walk Powell to set up the double play ball. Of course, Brooks Robinson, as we know in this game, 2 for 3. With a run scored. He looks like he'll be the MVP of the game. Stellar defense. Well, Harden's also pitched very well. Player of the game might be co-players of the game. So we look for the double play ball. Brooks Robinson digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Blair's at second. Powell's at first. Here's the pitch from Bell to Brooks Robinson. And it is a 5-2 off the Ding Dong Bell card. 5-2. We need a double play ball. That'll be a fly ball to Reggie Smith in center field. Smith racing back, makes the catch, quickly pivots and fires to Petrocelli, who cuts off the ball as that was slated for third base. Blair bluffed but did not go. 2 outs. 2 outs, 2 on, and here's Frank Robinson. Right fielder's 0 for 3 with a run scored. We want to keep him on the schneid. Elston Howard wiggles the fingers. Ding Dong Bell. Gary Bell winds in, delivers to Frank Robinson, and it is a 1-5 to Frank. Off his card, not a column of choice. Can Gary Ding Dong Bell wiggle out of this situation? 1-5. And he will strike out Robinson, looking, side retired. So once again, a Beatles eternally magician act by a Red Sox pitcher. Unfortunately, in the bottom of the third, there was no magic acts except for the ball disappearing by the Orioles. And they got all 5 runs in the bottom of the third. We go to the top of the ninth. The Red Sox tournament life on the line. They have 3 outs to tie the ball game or take the lead. And due up, Captain Carl Yastrzemski, followed by Ken the Hawk Harrelson and Reggie Smith. Petrocelli in the hole. Here's Yastrzemski, 0 for 2. Harden looking for the complete game 3-hit shutout. Yastrzemski looking for the 1-6 column. Here's the pitch to Yaz. Joe Dirtylock's first baseball hero. And it's a 3 and a 9. So it's off the Yastrzemski card. Not a column of choice, but can Yaz get on base somehow? Ground ball to Johnson. He's up with it and, throws to first. A little tongue twisting there by accident. So the Orioles, now only 2 outs away from advancing to the Final Four. A solemnness comes in over the Red Sox dugout. Here's Hawk Harrelson, where there's jubilation in the Orioles dugout. They're up on the top rung. Orioles fans counting the outs, clapping away. The Hawk is 0 for 3. He needs a 3-6 column. Once again, Harden goes into the breach. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. It is a 6-8 column of choice off the Harden card. 6-8 for the Hawk. He's going to get a pitch to hit here. And he strikes the ball well, but he needs a 1 or 2, and it's a 10. And that'll be out number 2 on an absolutely marvelous play. So once again, the Orioles will rob extra bases. Paul Blair racing back, and he makes the leaping catch in center, banging into the wall. So 2 outs, base is empty. It is up to Reggie Smith, as Beatles eternally, I feel, has hit it out of the ballpark. Beatles says the Red Sox bats need some Viagra. Reggie Smith has 1 of the 3 hits in this ball game. Can he keep the line moving? Can he keep it alive for Rico Petrocelli? The hits have come from Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, and Mike Andrews. Smith, the switch-hitting center fielder, is batting lefty once again off the right-handed throwing Harden. Harden looking for the complete game, 3-hit shutout. It comes down to Harden versus Smith. And here's the pitch. And it is a 2-8 to Reggie Smith. Column of choice. Column of choice. Can Reggie Smith keep the line moving, keep the inning alive, keep hope alive, keep the Red Sox in this game? And he will! He hits his ball long and deep. And it's gone! Reggie Smith with a solo blast with 2 outs. In the 9th, the Red Sox are on the board. And there's a little hope in Mudville as he crushes that ball to left center. Blair just watches it go bye-bye birdie. The Red Sox will not get shut out. It is now 5-1. Here's Rico Petrocelli. Petrocelli just missed a homer himself, as Beatles eternally has given that. I guess he's right. Someone has put some Viagra in the Red Sox bat. So here's Petrocelli looking for the 2-6 column. Can the Red Sox go back-to-back jacks? Hendricks has a word with his pitcher. Now back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Rico Petrocelli, and that's a 4-8. And this is off the Harden card. Ball game could be over. 4-8. Line shot! Belanger leaps in the air, makes the catch. Ball game over. So Mark Belanger, as well as the rest of the infield for the Orioles, have robbed another base hit. Petrocelli hit it hard. Belanger, who was a very good high school basketball player, showed his ups as he leaped in the air. Belanger snares the line drive. Ball game over. The Red Sox are out. The Orioles are in. They have punched their ticket to the Final Four. We have 3 results in for the Final Four. Who will join them, the Indians or the Cubs? Stay tuned next on the Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. First, before we go to the box score, let's go to the chat and thank all the wonderful people. Thank you to Beatles Eternally, moderator extraordinaire. Beatles will be streaming soon, so we'll have to support him. He has a lovely Irish voice. I have to get Beatles and Johnny Indy Boots, Johnny the King together. Two Irishmen. That could be havoc. And thank you to Broke Black Man 94. Check out his marvelous channel. Movie and TV reviews. ID Gesture, another wonderful channel for all things sports related, strategy related, RPG related. Just a wonderful job. ID, get better, my friend. Joe Dirty Locks, co-host of Fill the Issues Guy. Check out their channel, Fill the Issues Guy and Dirty Locks Gaming. Joined us. Johnny Indy Boots. Check out his wonderful channel, Game of Thrones related. Just all around good stuff with his Queen Iris. Ken Castro was in the chat. Thank you, Ken. Greg Gurecki, our good friend from the Great White North in Canada. Thank you very much. So thank you to everyone who watched, jumped in the chat. If you watch later, thank you. It's a lot of fun. Join our community. And our community is not just sports related. We do all kinds of different games, movie and TV reviews, such with Broke Black Man 94. You got JD, Fill the Issues Guy. We do boxing with What's Blazing in Sports and T-Dub. You got Tabletop Baseball Plus with the Earls, baseball demos, so on and so forth. Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, Bleacher Bums Gaming with Anthony. Check out my page, the featured channels, the related channels. Check out their pages. Join our community. We are growing all of our channels. We're going to show YouTube that good people, I'm just an okay person. I'm along for the ride. But good people can be successful on YouTube. You don't have to eat Tide Pods. You don't have to swear. Though swearing is okay. Don't get me wrong. But, so just join our community. Thank you very much. That's my public service announcement. As ID Gesture says, and I think he means this. Ba-bum-bum. Oh, yeah, I feel so bad for the Sox. So sorry. All right, as Beatles attorney's laughing away there. ID Gesture hates the Boston Red Sox. That's okay. We love ID. ID, check out that game between the Yankees and the Cardinals. You'll like it. All right, let's get to the box score and call it a stream as I have to finish up laundry and go to the bank. I bought a new ski mask. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, box score. Ah, the Red Sox are out. That stinks. And let's fit to the screen. And thank you very much. I really do appreciate you guys and gals joining me, if any women watched. Makes it fun. This is my therapy since my mother passed away. I loved doing it before, but like if I didn't have this, I think I'd go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. As I cannot remember. Oh, here we go, Al, Red Sox fan, you moron. That's how we do this. Here we go. Fit the screen. All right. Little brain fart there. All righty. Red Sox lose. The Red Sox lose to the joy of ID Gesture. And it was that one hiccup inning. And that's the fearful thing. I've played a lot of different Red Sox seasons with Santiago on the team. He's a good pitcher, but he has a bad habit of one bad inning. And out of the ballpark, Action PC, Digital Diamond Baseball, and in Strat-O-Matic. And you want to limit the badness. Though even 2 runs would have been too much, as the Red Sox only muster 1 run with 2 outs in the top of the 9th on the Reggie Smith homer. So, and the third inning, the Red Sox pitching gives up 5 runs as Santiago takes the loss, 2 2/3. He's responsible for all the runs, 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks. Though some of them were intentional. And we got to have a couple of jams the first 2 innings, but not in the bottom of the 3rd. He struck out 2. Pizarro pitched, did not get an out. Lee Stange, an inning and a 3rd, no runs, no hits, no walks. Sparky Lyle, 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. And Gary Ding Dong Bell, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no runs. The bullpen did its job, but Santiago got roughed up. In the bottom of the 3rd, ball game over. Harden, a complete game victory, lost the shutout with 2 outs in the top of the 9th of the Reggie Smith solo blast. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, it was earned. Reggie Smith's homer, walked 4, struck out 3. He is player of the game along with Brooks Robinson, 2 for 4 in stellar defense at third. I think we have to go Cole players of the game just for the defense by Brooks Robinson. Though I thought he had knocked in a run, but he didn't. But he did score a run. You know what? Honorable mention to Brooks Robinson and the whole infield of the Orioles. Solo player of the game is Harden. And we'll just give you the Red Sox hits. There were 4 of them. Andrews had a drag bunt single. Reggie Smith was 2 for 4, the homer and the ribby, runs scored. And Rico Petrocelli, 1 for 4. He hit the ball hard pretty much all day. But the thievery was on in the Orioles infield. Red Sox, 29 at-bats. They only mustered 1 run. Homer by Reggie Smith, top of the 9th, 2 outs. 4 hits, 1 RBI. They're out. The Orioles. Buford, 1 for 3. He was intentionally walked a couple of times. Paul Blair, 1 for 5. Boog Powell, 2 for 3. And a run scored in a ribby. Brooks Robinson, 2 for 4, runs scored. Frank Robinson, 0 for 4 with a run scored. Elrod Hendricks, the catcher, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a ribby. Davey Johnson, 1 for 3, a run scored and 2 RBIs. Mark Belanger, 2 for 4 and a run scored. And Harden, 0 for 2, player of the game, the winning pitcher. Orioles, 31 at-bats, 5 runs, 10 hits, 5 ribbies. The Orioles move on to the Final 4. And the Red Sox are out. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you once again to everyone. As Beatles Eternally says, you said your mom, she loved your games, Al, and she is smiling from heaven. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I greatly appreciate that. Words of wisdom from Beatles Eternally. Always makes me happy, my friend Beatles. And everyone else. Got to chat with Beatles on Skype. I haven't done that in a while. Got to talk a little baseball and life with Beatles Eternally. Can't wait till you come back to the States, Beatles. I hope that's still on track, my friend. Alrighty, and on that note, I bid you an adieu. And I got to shoot to the bank before it closes. Have a couple of graduation parties tomorrow. So health and happiness. Thank you to everyone who joined us. We had a few surprise guests. Joe Dirtylocks, always love to see him. You can't meet I know I say it and I mean it from the heart. You can't meet any finer people than Joe Dirtylocks and his lovely wife, Katie Crow. Met him at Boston Comic-Con. I want to say it was 3 years ago now. And bought a couple of comics. But just so enjoyable. I spent the majority of the day. They must have got sick of me. I spent the majority of the day there. I went with my nephew and my brother-in-law. And we went on some panels. We watched some panels, which was very interesting also. Long day, though. Long day, but I had a lot of fun. So thank you to them. Great to see them. Johnny Indy Boots and everyone else in the chat. I already thanked everyone. So health and happiness. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. Don't get hit with that big left hook. And as always, God bless. See you later. Peace!